Hello, hello. This is Friday afternoon. Very rarely do I come here on Restream to find my peers and my friends out there and those that I work with all day, um, and those that I also know through the networking of LinkedIn and all the other platforms and social media, and also on podcast. But I do this from time to time, so I do it today. It's in about only 5 minutes. It's a point I want to make that I think is important because it comes back again through coaching sessions, through different interactions I had in the week. And I think the perfect day to do this is on a Friday. So I do this today. It is, in fact, how much opportunities we miss to really connect to greatness. How do we connect to greatness is to be a little bit spiritual, for sure, at least to connect with ourselves. It's a connection with our core, who we are, what we aim for, what our core values are. And there's an interesting exercise, really, that is not new to many people, is to just think backwards about your life, about the people that influenced you, and events of your life that were extremely turned, like pivotal events that turned your life around, that made you move to a new direction, the aha moments, the triggering points of your life, those key elements that reminded you that life is maybe something we should appreciate every minute. And that's what comes to mind, unfortunately, in the middle of tragedies, or when we saw this attempted assassination of the president the other day, is to see, wow, in a fraction of a second, this man was about to live his life, and look at the miracle that happened. And it was really a miracle in the front of the eyes of everybody. I mean, how come, he moved by this fraction of an inch his head at this fraction of a second that saved his entire life? A life of a human being was saved, not any human being. This guy is a big figure, is someone important, and he's running for the presidential election. But I'm not here to talk about the elections, believe me. I'm talking about greatness. I'm talking about appreciation of life. Does he appreciate? I'm sure he does, but I think because he's a human being like we are, like I am, we are disconnected from these events. We are disconnected from these very important messages that we get in our lifetime. And that's when these things happen that we have a wake up call. Why do we need a wake up call? If we would, in fact, be more preventive and more anticipating what's going to happen or what happened enough in my life to that I learned a lesson and I start to internalize that lesson in my personality, in my persona. That's who I am. Now it's part of me. My story is me. My story is not any other one's story. Maybe I have similarities with many other people, similar stories, but my stories are my stories. There is no one else. And I'm just telling you, behind this is an amount of things that you have no idea, we're never thinking about. And that's what greatness is. And that's how we can change the world. That's how we can change ourselves and change people around us, is to take the time to reflect, is to step back, take a deep breath. Maybe just a deep breath would be enough to connect to this, to our core values. Should I take that decision now? Should I answer this person back right in the moment? Should I be reactive or proactive? Should I react and be impulsive about this? Show my character? That's unfortunate to see a lot of people losing control. And that's, I think, where maturity lies. The more usually you have experience and the more you mature in a way, the more mastery you get and you gain to control yourself in these situations. And the way to control yourself is this connection. Believe me, I used the word greatness to title this little episode of today, having this opportunity for me to speak publicly. And I don't know how many you are out there. But if you see this, if you watch me, think about this. This is really the one takeaway I would like to share with you, which I think is coming back all the time and will come back again because it's crucial. It's maybe the key of life. I would go to that extreme. The key of life, the key of a good life, and the key of a meaningful life is to connect to our core and be careful not to disconnect. And then other connections happen spiritually for those who believe in God, so believe in themselves, or for any other beliefs, connecting to a spouse, connecting to a partner, to a friend. This is in loss. It's a deficit because people disconnect. The connection is generating all kind of outcomes. One of them is greatness, but I tell you another one. It's loyalty. Loyalty is something that is also at loss because of the little device that we carry with us. This distraction from technology, this distraction from the cyberspace. We're too much into it. We're addicted to it. Of course, me too. I'm not teaching any lessons here. I'm just sharing a source of disconnection. If we start to be responsible of this, and then we start taking a grasp, a control, we start to say, hey, one second, I have freedom of choice. This is a choice that is mine to make, nobody else's, right? Choice. So let's make a choice. Maybe, I don't know if you want to make it now, just make it now. Wherever you are, whoever you are with, you're in the middle of something, but you're watching, or you watch later and you go backwards or you go forward, whatever it is, in that stage of your life when we are now with each other on this particular broadcast, can you think about it? Can you really take that deep breath? Can you connect with yourself and with your core? Can you just reflect on who you are and be the best of yourself? Look, a coach is speaking here, nobody else. A coach, a business coach, an executive coach, a leadership development coach. If leaders don't do this, who is going to do it? Leaders are meant to be responsible of something, an outcome, a bottom line, a team, happiness, wellness of people that work in this environment. That's what the leader is about. So how can you be a leader if you're not controlling yourself and start thinking about those very deep things and not get distracted by a heavy schedule, by being busy, by being always in a meeting, by in fact letting a whole system swallow you raw, like a shark swallowed you. And God forbid that it should never happen to you. But have those images, think about it, and and this is why I'm obsessed about autonomy. I think, by the way, autonomy, independence, freedom, those things are the keys to good leadership, because that's what allows you and enables you to connect with yourself. It's a freedom to connect with yourself. You push off, you push off completely the distraction, and you say, no, 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 it's not negotiable. I have this unshakable moment now, untouchable moment, unshakable, untouchable, whatever you want to call it. It's not possible to be always distracted and disconnected. You cannot be a good leader. You cannot be a person. You cannot be a human being if you always let an external element distract you from the core. And the core is you. All right. I think I got my point, of course, across, hopefully. And I would like to wish you a great weekend, very meaningful weekend, and see you in a few. By the way, I will take this opportunity also to announce that I will be away, and I will come back at the end of August. So probably the next time we'll have a full session of You Change the World will be for a half hour, coming back the first week of September. So looking forward to it, with guests, with very interesting topics, with more people out there listening, and with more opportunities to promote this, because I would love this to be popular. I would like this to be expanding and extending, and your help on that will be very appreciated. When you subscribe to YouTube, for example, that's an incredible gesture and show and demonstration of appreciation if you do appreciate those few minutes with me. Take care.